Hi, good afternoon from Los Angeles. Valerie Milano, senior editor of the Hollywood Times, an aspiring magazine. And I'm so thrilled that we're here today with Eric Roberts. He's done so much. So thank you for being with us so much, Eric.
My pleasure. How's it going?
Hey, good, good. You're staying cool out there with all this heat. You're in Los Angeles right now, right?
I'm in the San Fernando Valley, Sherman
Oh,
Oaks.
all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's even warmer there than it is here in Los Feliz. So I'm gonna
My
jump
uh,
in the
my
pool.
daughter lives in Los Feliz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it here. We live in a little gated community called Laughlin Park, and you can't
I know
get
where
any,
that is. That's a great place.
isn't it? I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. We do the family picnic here every year. So tonight is our annual meeting to get ready for all of the residences to come over for our 60-foot water slide and picnic that we're going to have this
What
next coming month.
fun. Invite me to
Yeah,
show up.
it's a beautiful thing for sure. So, in a career spanning over 50 years, you've amassed more than 700 credits and appeared in blockbusters, independent films, television series, animation, now a couple of short films, student films, and music videos, right?
Yeah.
Um, you're so busy. You're
Well,
continuing to be so busy.
well, what happened was they took film and we had digital. So everybody became a studio who had a camera. So everybody became, basically independent movie makers. And they started calling direct. And in the late 90s, my wife comes to me one day and she says, because I've been working a lot, it was a lot of fun. And then she comes and she says, we're getting 30 to 50 offers every day now from all over the world. Do you want to pursue this? I said, well, of course, thinking it would last a month, 6 months, a year, 2 years, maybe. And that was 30 years ago. And it's just, I have a hard time saying no. And also, my wife has this great thing. She finds these young filmmakers, and like after I will do Dark Knight, I'll go star in a student filmmaker's movie for him, so he can get his money from the bank. And it's just how it should be because it's a social business. It's a wonderfully uh, kindly artistic business, and it doesn't make you bleed, but it is artistic, and it's got a lot of education to it, and I just love it. And what I find the same all over the world in every language are movie crews. They're always the same. They're always real people. They're always fun to be around, and they have the best dirty jokes.
I love it. Yeah. Yeah, I've been on a couple sets. I agree with you. My goodness. So we're here today. We're talking about this new film called Trust and Love, where you play, I don't know how to really word it, but I would say like a stogie guru. Your patients, the people talk therapy, smoking cigars, talking about the wisdom of life. Right? Did I explain that right?
They're that of a guru, and I have an alternative to everything in life. I seem to be playing a lot of gurus lately. I have started thinking about why, but trust and love. I jumped into it for several reasons. One, it's music based, and my bonus songwriter Keaton Simons. He toured last year with Eric Clapton, the helped Eric Clapton, and now he's playing with Brett Young. And I've been fascinated by and concerned with the music industry for a couple of decades now. And Robby Krieger from the
Yes.
Joneses in the movie.
He had a little cameo in that. That was very surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie deals with love and conflict and all kinds of important subjects that never cease to be important to us. So it's just a fun watch.
Yes, it was fun, very much. And you kind of jumped forward talking about the Simons because I also interviewed Jillian Thomas right after they did their short film called Hungry, in which you had a small part as a congressman who promised to support a school lunch bill, right? But then voted again. Do you remember that film? And
I
what do you
do.
recall about that small part?
I recall it was a lovely set, and the filmmakers were way too gentle. That's what I remember.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Thomas said in the interview that he said something like, you wanted to work in a different way, but it all worked out. So I loved it. I loved it. They're great people from what I recall from the interview. So
Yeah, me too.
yeah, cool. Um, so the difference between short films and feature films, and Trust and Love is a feature film, obviously. Well, I know that a lot of people don't yet because they're going to have to tune in. And you've been in many full-length films. What is it any different? What does it take to be in a short film? And what do you prefer?
Well, there's a great short film called Death Pays Flora a Visit. It's by Cy Rosen. I highly recommend it. And the great thing about short films and why I like making them is they're like a good novella. You get to go on the same kind of journey that you would on a full-length film or a full-length novel, but it's quicker and it consumes less of your time. And that's kind of the reason for them. They are to art what appetizers are to food, and they're not a full meal. They're not completely satisfying, but they should be a pleasure, and they're fun to make because they don't take up your whole life. So they're fun to make, and they're also fun to make because it's usually young filmmakers who are new making them. So you're watching somebody learn as he goes along. And if you're like me and you don't get in a filmmaker's way, you allow them to be whatever they are. You allow it to happen for better and worse. And sometimes it's both in the same day. But that's okay. It's art. And art will always come last. After everything else is done, then you can have your stab at art.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna quote you on that.
Okay, I'll let you.
Okay. Um, so we're gonna talk about a little bit about like these films that you've made, these full length pictures. And by the way, I'm gonna back up because you were talking about the short films and how they differ. And I also, being a journalist and writing about and critiquing the two different film making styles, that obviously short films, watching them takes less time, takes less writing, takes less interview time, right? So it's kind of the same thing that you were just talking about. So I prefer it too. So right now, Holly Shorts is going on in Hollywood. And so there's always these film festivals. I don't think there's ever been so many film festivals that I know of that I've had to cover. And as you were saying about the young ones, the talented up and coming younger folks, it's so great to be able to be at these film festivals and see their work and be able to talk to them. Do you have much experience do you usually attend any of these film festivals?
I've been to maybe 200 or 300 film festivals in my life. And I always go to support a filmmaker. And sometimes I will go to like 15 of them in a year. Because I won't even know the filmmaker, but my wife will say, "This guy's great. Go support him." So I will, because we love young filmmakers, and my wife knows everybody needs a leg up because there's so many of us now, and there's so much product now because of all the stations on cable TV. There's just endless work if you're game, and yeah. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it was all about these film festivals. So I'm sure you've been asked this many times. Do you have a film that you're most proud of, or a favorite role that you're most proud of that you are?
Well, I made a lot of movies, so I have a lot of favorites. King of the Gypsies, Star 80, Runaway Train, It's My Party, Love is a Gun, and Purgatory. Those are my favorite six. That's almost 1% of my movies. Those are my favorite six.
Favorite 6. I love it. Are there any roles that you've regretted taking? We'll just keep that between us. No, just kidding.
Only one, and I'm kind of shy of it because then everybody will go to it, and it's embarrassing for me. So I don't know that I should say the title. It's that movie I made, titleless, while I was making the Office series. No. Okay. No, I can't say.
That's because they'll go to it.
Yeah, right.
Hey, that's very funny. You're a very funny character. Thank you. I like this sense of humor. I'm having a really good time. I appreciate that.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah. So again, let me go back to trust and love before we start wrapping it up here.
Sure.
And can you talk a little bit more about your role? Because I was a little confused. You had two scenes, and I want to know, what was it that you were trying to do?
No, well, the writer used me as a symbol. I'm that thing that the people gravitate towards when they're lost, and so you can accept him or not. It's up to the audience, because he's odd, and he's not your straight up helper. He's not your straight up man who's going to take advantage of you. You don't quite know. So he left that for so the audience is left to decide that. And it's not a great part. It's not an in-depth part. It's just a fun little symbol of a role.
Absolutely. Well, I enjoyed it very much. And can you tell us anything that you might be doing next or thinking about doing?
I can tell you this. IMDb is better and more accurate at talking about what I have coming up than I am, because they change titles on me, but IMDb always keeps up with it.
I know. I can imagine. Yeah, IMDb is pretty amazing for us as doing research as well.
We love them.
Yes, no doubt. No doubt. Well, we're HollywoodTimes.net and aspiringmagazine.com, and I'm so thrilled to be virtually meeting you, even though we had met at the Television Critics Association years ago when you were doing more television series, and at what do they still have it? The Langham Ritz-Carlton in Pasadena.
Oh, sure,
Remember?
it's big.
Yeah, it's been a while. But yay. Okay. So please keep in touch, and Eliza and your family's amazing. And I love being able to talk to you, and hopefully we'll be able to do it again on your next secretive endeavor.
Well,
I'll
thank you
look
for
up on
the invite.
IMDb.
Thank you for the invite to stay in touch, and I will.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your
Great
day.
afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you.